Morning, grade 10 online students. Good morning also, my dear advisory, face-to-face students. Okay. Before anything else, I would like to formally introduce the your learning resource material for this quarter. Okay. This is your project 101. Stop talking. Okay. So same as your first quarter, right? You need to create a learning resource material out of our topic. So what is our topic? Electromagnetic waves. So you create something out of electromagnetic waves. Again, it should discuss the concept. Okay? It should explain the concept. Okay? Illustrating the science concept that we had discussed. This include but not limited to, again, 3D of the science concepts, again, diorama, again, miniatures of the science concepts, or the actual science concept. You can actually do the actual science concept in electromagnetic waves because this is highly observable. Right? Make it as attractive as possible with your own creativity and in any materials of your choice. When is the deadline? The deadline is December 9, 2022 at 5 p.m. So meaning to say that you still have a lot of time to prepare for your learning resource material. It's individual. Again, we need to recover your grades. This is one way to recover your grades. This is worth 40% of your grade. 40% of your grade. Take note. Which includes also your laboratory. They will be doing the laboratory also. Questions with the learning resource material?
For now,
Okay. Let's move forward. Please get your science notebook. Let's continue with the discussion.
can you give me
Where is your grade? Minus 10.
There,
Right, the leader. Can we stop last meeting with microwaves, I think? Okay. Let's move now to infrared waves. Okay. Infrared waves have the wavelengths between that of microwaves and visible light in the electromagnetic spectrum. So infrared waves, rays is actually in the middle of your visible light and your microwave. So it's in the middle. Meaning, if it is in the middle, it has a capacity of a microwave and it has also a capacity of a visible light. Most of the thermal radiation emitted by the objects near room temperature is infrared waves. Just like when you are actually staying in at home, if your house has no roofing, right? Omega with the roofing. Some houses have heat proofs or heat proofing material.
like phone cell?
Yeah, the foam. If your houses don't have those, because those absorbs heat, it will absorb heat and it will not let the heat pass through the infrared waves. If your houses has those, the tendency is the infrared cannot pass through. But if your houses don't have those, okay, the proofing materials, the heat proofing materials, then tendency is you feel really hot inside. That's the main point. Okay. Some of the houses, they tend to put kisame. Okay, in order to maintain what the whole environment inside. So that is to prevent the infrared rays of waves. What you actually experience is the infrared waves. It is not directly, okay, you are not affected directly by the ultraviolet rays or UV or visible light, but instead you are affected by the infrared waves. Yes, any concern? Why? What's the problem? Do we have?
Uh,
The dripping materials are to prevent, these are to prevent the infrared waves. Okay. Again, most of the thermal radiation emitted by objects near room temperature is infrared waves, which are invisible to the naked eye. You cannot actually see them because, again, your infrared waves are in the middle of microwaves and visible light. Special instruments like night vision goggles or goggles and infrared cameras allow you to see infrared waves emitting from warm bodies of humans and animals. So this is how also your night vision works. What else? Your remote controls is using infrared waves. Remote control. It uses infrared waves. Okay, this is thermal scanner from the airport. As you can see, it actually detects
no different types.
temperature. Okay, that's one of the uses. Other major source of infrared radiation is the sun. Okay, more than half of the total energy from the sun reaches the earth in the form of infrared waves. By the way, in this example, your scanner detects infrared waves because you are using heat in the process. Okay, this is thermal scanner. The amount of infrared radiation emitted by any object depends on the object's temperature. Okay, remember that our body has a minimum or the normal temperature of 30. What is the normal temperature? You remember it?
55.
35. That's hypothermia. 37. That's the normal body temp. 37 degrees centigrade or degrees Celsius. 35 is hypothermia. It's a condition wherein your body experience cold. Correct. Aside from humans and animals, some objects such as the infrared lamps, stoves, and flat irons, burning coal, and oven toasters also give off infrared radiation. Okay? Infrared lamps are used to keep food hot, relieve sore muscles, and keep chicken or duck eggs warm so they can hatch. Your incubator.
This room.
This room. Your incubators. Please take down notes. Make sure that you familiarize the terminologies there because I am planning to convert the quiz to the full exam. They're also used in incubators to keep the premature babies warm for a certain period. Okay. After birth, okay, because the babies are not used to with that certain temperature, okay, tendency is they experience hypothermia and they are actually placed in an incubator for several hours for them to gain the correct or the normal body temp. Xenon arc lamp is also a source of infrared radiation and is used in projectors and searchlights, while tungsten filament lamps emit infrared radiation and are used for general lighting and paint drying. So our projectors is actually emitting infrared waves. Infrared radiation can cause damage to human body like the eyes and skin, but its biological effects depend on the wavelength range. This is from 70 nanometers to 1 nanometer, or 1 nanometer to 750 nanometer, and the duration of exposure over a matter of years. Effects are intolerable only if certain doses have been exceeded. Let's move now to the visible light. Do you have any question with the infrared light or infrared waves?
So what does that mean? Nanometer?
Nanometers. Nanometers. Visible light. Visible light is a form of electromagnetic wave. Why? That enables us to see the physical world around us. What enables us to see the colors? This is because of the visible light. Okay? Colors with a reflection of a spectrum going back to your X. That's how we detect color. Okay. Visible light is a form of electromagnetic wave again because that enables us to see the physical world around us. It is one of the raw materials in the process called photosynthesis. In this process, light energy from the sun is absorbed to plants and converted into energy, which store the substance called glucose. The C6H12O6. It is actually the simplest form of sugar or carbohydrate. Okay. Why chlorophyll is colored green? Again, glucose. Why chlorophyll is colored green?
The color that absorbs sunlight radiation.
The color that absorbs sunlight most. Huh? Why? Because the green there is reflected back to your eyes. So it's not absorbed. Because the color green there is reflected back to your eyes. That's why it's colored green. Okay. When the beam of white light is allowed to pass through prism, are you familiar with prism?
Yes.
Are we okay?
Yes. So what's
Are you sure or are you ready for the exam?
there's a triangle?
Prism is actually a stud, okay, which separates or which separates the spectrum, the electromagnetic spectrum of the visible light. That's how it's built.
See, it's
It's the first time to hear the word Roentgen.
isn't it the second impulse of school?
Rainbow. It's the color of the rainbow. Okay, question. How the rain is formed?
Reflection from rainwater.
Reflection from
How does rainbow form? Sunlight.
how the rain was formed. And like reflect on the rainbow. Reflect on rainwater. Rainwater there. They have a point there. It's water vapor. Okay. So you can observe rainbow after the rain. Correct?
Yes.
Why is that so?
Water vapor.
Because of the suspended particles in the atmosphere called water vapor. And water vapor as a prism. It separates the visible light spectrum. So your Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, what else? Indigo. Bakit eh? Which Roy G. Biv? Okay.
Sir, my friend, sir, you made a rainbow with the spring water. Straight to collect sunlight from their door.
You can actually use rainwater, of course.
It was just water, sir, in spray bottle. When we sprayed it, the water particles falling down.
Because you converted water into, right? You converted water into
Vapor.
vapor,
Because
I believe.
moisture. God, grade 9. We'll back to grade 9. Jeez. So we discussed grade 9 again. When the beam of light or white light is allowed to pass through prism, separated into components of light in infrared light, this is a relative. The phenomenon is called dispersion. Okay, light dispersion or dispersion. The rainbow colors represent the light spectrum. If you examine the visible light spectrum, you will see the colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. That's your visible light. Your Roy G. Biv. Please take down notes. Light enables you to see things. Light comes from anything that is hot and glows. Okay? The sun is the main source of light in our planet. It is a main source of light, but it's not the ultimate source of energy. Okay? Please take note that it is the main source of light, but it is not the ultimate source of energy. You know already the reason. Electrical energy heats up the filament of the light bulb and makes it glow. Just like your bulbs now, these bulbs are not actually filament bulbs. They are the leads. Using light emitting diodes. This is to minimize the electrical consumption. Which was the main source of light in our planet, and it is not the ultimate source of energy. Another important source of light is the visible laser, just like the one I am actually using. The laser is a device that emits light through a process of optical amplification. Okay, we amplify its optical capacity. Okay, it or increase in power. It differs from the other sources of light because it emits light over or more. Okay. It emits a very narrow beam of light focused in tiny spots just like this. Where you see this. Okay. So my clicker is using laser. Another source of light, visible light. So how do you observe with the color of the laser?
orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Color blind. It's red.
Yeah, you said orange, Dominic.
Never told us.
No, he said it.
That's color blind, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, color blind.
Oh,
Yes, it-
Is it red or orange?
it's
Although lasers has many disadvantages, it can also be very dangerous if not properly handled and controlled by a skilled technician.
oh.
Some lasers are being used for operations. Optical operations are there using lasers. Some of the lasers also are used in manufacturing industry to cut.
How?
Ayan.
How do they do that?
They're using a very, very
Strongly.
strong laser that it can actually cut something. It can burn something.
Don't they also use that to clear out clouds?
Yeah.
Like the really.
Yes, that's true. Let's move forward. Since light is amplified in a laser, it contains a high concentration of light and is very powerful. If the technician fails to hit the target spot, it can cause severe burns on neighboring areas. This is in medical, in field of medical. Yes? Always your checkup. Yes. Limiting contacts now. Where's your guys? Okay. I thought you were saying contacts.
Oh my God.
Another hazard of laser light is the possible side effect of skin cancer treatment. Due to the strong pressure from the laser beam, some cancer cells may be pushed deeper into the patient's internal body part. This will later multiply again and spread out in the process of metastasis. So it can actually let the cancer cells metastasize or spread. That is the main reason why cancer patient should not be exposed in any radiation. In any radiation. Chemo, chemical. Chemotherapy is chemical therapy
That can help the cancer.
that can help what? Treat? That's not a treatment for cancer.
It's killing the cancer. It's killing the cancer.
It's not also killing the cancer cell.
Yes, that's true.
It slows down the metastasis,
It slows down.
the spreading of cancer cells. But it's not killing.
But cancer free.
That is now the work of the naturopathy medicine.
So sad.
How can you have medications for cancer? As of the moment, we don't have medication for cancer. But we have alternative way on how to treat cancer. Okay, let's move forward. Take note. Okay, class listen. We all have cancer cells. Yes, it's true. It is called oncogenes. The oncogenes are inactivated cancer cells. When can we activate our cancer cells? When you yes. When you activate, when can you activate your cancer cells? Tomorrow?
Today, when the cell is damaged.
When the cells damage, yes, you're right. When you are exposed to radiation.
Oh,
Too much radiation. Okay. How long you here already tried X-ray?
X-ray out, but it was 10 years ago.
what?
Right.
The mouth? Not the X-ray.
Right. Those experience X-ray. Okay. What have you observed in the X-ray room?
Doctor runs out. That was
The doctor runs out. Why?
Because they saw a snake inside.
He's exposed to a lot of radiation there for you.
No, they saw a metal snake inside.
Because when X-ray can cause your applications to be activated into cancer cells.
Oh my God, you know.
That's the main reason why pregnant women are not allowed to have X-ray. One. Number two, X-ray should be done at least 6 months. Right? Because when you will be doing that one simultaneously or in a more manner, not less than a month, tendency is your oncogenes will be activated. into cancer cells.
What is
Virginia. Cancer of the blood. The blood. How we can serve. It's not it's not a tissue. That's the red bone marrow.
Oh,
It's the cancer of the red bone marrow. So the medication for leukemia is bone marrow transplant.
You have to break the bones.
Replace the bone marrow.
You have to find
Right?
there.
Okay, let's move forward. So much for the cancer. Okay, this is the visible light. As you can see, okay, your infrared is actually in the middle of your microwaves and your visible light. So this is your visible light. These are the wavelengths. Okay.
What's the first?
Wavelength in nanometer. So this is in nanometers. Please take down notes. This will come out in the exam. I to tell you. Of course.
And
Because I have decided to do it down.
but the
That's the red.
Sir, it's big to small.
So we have the longest there is. What's the longest wavelength there?
They do it.
1,000.
1,000. What's it 1,000? 700. 700 nanometers. That's the longest wavelength in your visible light spectrum.
Wait. Turn the photos from the X-ray also ready. The photos from X-ray are things.
No. They're carbon. And some of them are already printed. So your X-rays now is in digital format. You will just print it over.
580 for yan yung
Are you colorblind, Dominic? Really? It's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, yellow, and violet.
red, orange.
Green. Red, orange, yellow, green.
Sir, the notes not really like it is like.
Orange. Green. The light goes in.
Why is it so light?
Just check on the base colors there. Indigo.
Oh, indigo.
Violet. Are we good?
Yeah. Oh, then go to Cuba.
Oh,
Vincent, you're blushing and Ryan kissed you.
Okay, boss.
Red is big. Red is shows colors.
You're showing your true colors. It's colorful.
Very colorful.
Let's move now to high frequency EM waves. So high frequency EM waves, since it has high frequency, It has also a, what is the relationship between frequency and your wavelength?
Oh, six.
What is the relationship between your frequency and your wavelength? Inverse relationship. Inverse relationship, they are inversely proportional. So when you say inversely proportional, it means to say that whenever one goes up, the other one goes down. Because it's inversely proportional. Oh, correct. Correct. So because this is high frequency M waves, we have a what wavelength?
Short.
Short wavelength. High frequency EM waves in high energy electromagnetic waves. And it has short wavelength. Okay. Do you know why some newborn babies are exposed early in the morning sun? Vitamin D?
And then,
So, what will happen to your body when
So that's
you are exposed to ultraviolet rays? Okay, let's take a look at this one. So I have a baby, newborn. Okay, when CK was still 1 month. Okay, we expose CK under the heat of the sun. For what purpose? We can grow. You're cooking your child.
yo.
Because vitamin D. See, consider
let's begin vitamin B.
vitamin.
These.
You go into the shoulder. So what happens to the body when you expose your child into ultraviolet rays? They get colors.
Yeah.
Or defensive. Exposing the child. In order for the child to get that is to
Only the
generate or create its own vitamin D. It is not from the sun. Okay, the vitamin D is not from the sun. It's from your body. It takes activator. The activator for the vitamin D, okay, or calciferol is
The sun.
the ultraviolet rays. So the sun. The UV. The UV. So we have UV, A, C. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Vitamin D is calciferol.
I'm too lazy to get medicine.
Right? The amount of radiation that reaches the Earth depends on the sun's elevation. This means that the amount of radiation varies with the time of the day. So take note that early in the morning, or you can actually expose the child until 9
Yes.
a.m. But now, you cannot expose them until 9. And exposing them can actually harm also them. It can be cancer. So you need to expose, you still need to expose the child start by 7 a.m. Only for 30 minutes, not more than 1 hour.
Why?
7 a.m. Okay? And take note that if it is newborn, you need to cover the eyes.
I
What is
think
Or
You are exposing the child in UV rays. And our optic nerves, it is still young, it's not fully developed. It will damage the cornea. Are you familiar with the cornea?
yes, I think the eyes familiar.
What is cornea?
it's the thing that is small.
No, it's not.
It's your film. What is cornea?
It's this whole
The balls in the eye.
Eyeball is different.
the inside of the
Cornea.
Cornea, that's cornea. Cornea is actually the lens. So your eyes has its own nerves.
this thing.
It's not cornea, it's optic nerves.
I touch my eye.
It's optic nerves. The eyes, your eyeball has muscles in there. It has also optic nerves. And of course, cornea, which is considered as your lens. Okay. Again, you need to cover the eyes of the newborn. Protect the cornea.
I think those glasses.
Don't sunbathe your newborn in the afternoon. It will fry your siblings.
Viva.
Barbecue will tan your siblings. It will have landmarks. It is unhealthy. Again, expose them within 7 a.m. For 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes. Because other parents, especially the new parents, they tend to expose the child even in 9 a.m. It's a big no. Do not drop them out in the blanket. Drop them out in the box. That child is getting living. Remove from the child living.
It's very rough. They drop it.
You know, and you just put the fur there and expose their body. You did. God, you prefer the first. No, it's a big no. So you even how to get them out. Do not expose them at 9 a.m. It's
No, it's
then change. Bring lunch.
like the.
Yeah, swaddle. You use swaddle. Swaddle is yeah, you wrap them out of course. Then you look at that story.
Yeah, you look them up and they take a burrito.
During early morning, the sun is still at the lower elevation above the horizon. At this time, the amount of ultraviolet radiation the Earth sees low. As newborn will be exposed to early morning